As a university student, what is your future plan? Have you ever thought of being an entrepreneur? In this seminar, the Council Chairman of Hong Kong Metropolitan University, engineer Dr Conrad Wong, a renowned entrepreneur, talks to our students about entrepreneurship. He gives his own definition, which is different from ones found in dictionaries. Engineer Dr Wong shares his valuable management experiences and emphasizes that the most important element in entrepreneurship is customer. You have to satisfy your target customers with your competences in order to make profits.
I'm asked to give you a talk about entrepreneurship. I would like to know how many of you would like to start your own company in the future. Will you raise your hand, please? Okay, not that many, but all right. Hopefully after you listen to my talk, you will change your mind and want to become an entrepreneur. Just a little bit of background. Besides your council chairman, which is not a paid job, okay? This is a volunteer service. I don't get paid as a council chairman. I'm a civil engineer by background. I did my master's degree in the UK. And then I came back to Hong Kong to join the family business. Our major business is actually building houses. Typically, housing estates, public housing. We probably are one of the largest public housing builders in Hong Kong. We have built many, many projects. This is just some of the recent projects. We finished over 100,000 units in the last 25 years. So likely that 1 in 7 of the public housing building are done by my company. And besides public housing, we also do a lot of government facilities, the famous Chin-Up Court Control Tower. So from now on, whenever you go through Chin-Up Court, look at this control tower, take a photograph, it's done by me. I was literally the project manager at the time to oversee the entire construction. And we also do a lot of hospitals, the Science Park, the Golden Egg are done by us. Actually, it's a very difficult building to build because the egg itself is not symmetrical. Actually, every single panel on the egg is different, so it's 3D, three-dimensional curve. If you've been to Disneyland, please try out this Grizzly Gulch. I've been told it's the most exciting ride in Disneyland Hong Kong. You've got to try that. It's also our building. We do a lot of building works. At the moment, our group has about $41 billion contracts on hand. Last year turnover of about $6.7 billion. We're building something like 25,000 units at this very moment. Nowadays, 95% of projects are in Hong Kong. Since the Hong Kong market has been booming, our majority of our work is actually in Hong Kong. We're about 3,800 employees. Over 200 of them are professionals, ranging from architects, engineers, software engineers, safety officers, etc. Just a little bit of my personal background. If you look at the gentleman on the far left, can you see me? That was me 30-something years ago. I was much thinner then and pretty handsome looking, far better than the current me. I came back to Hong Kong to join the family business in 1988, and I took the company public in 1991. So at that time, I probably was the youngest publicly listed director in Hong Kong. I was only 27 years old. After we took the company public, we not only entered the building market, but also started doing maintenance work. And then we opened up the first prefabrication factory in China. This is back in 1998. So we actually entered the Greater Bay Area a long time ago. I also started a construction software company. So we do a lot of construction-related software. And in 2008, we purchased one of the largest building services contracting business in Hong Kong. So we entered into air conditioning, fire services, electrical supply, all this installation as well. And I'm very passionate about green building. I was the chairman of the Hong Kong Green Building Council for 4 years. So one of the first things that I did after I purchased the E&M company is to start a environmental division, and then later on, I set up a new company focusing on green building solutions. And in 2012, we built one of the greenest hotels in Hong Kong, still in operation now. This is Shan Wan. We managed to cut down the energy by something like 60%. We also invested in a company called Omatic in Science Park, doing construction robotics. So I'm also entered into the construction robotic business. And very recently, we started launching a IoT company. So this is our latest company that we developed. Basically, it's using IoT device to monitor and control buildings. So I have a fair bit of experience in doing startups. Now, when I try to frame this talk, I try to look up in the dictionaries. What is entrepreneurship? In the Oxford Dictionary, it says entrepreneurship is a process of developing, organizing, running a new business to generate profit while taking on financial risk. In a broader sense, entrepreneurship is a process of transforming the status quo by solving the most pressing problems and pain points in our society, often by introducing an innovative product or service or creating new markets. And Wikipedia, simpler, entrepreneurship skill in starting new business, especially when this involves seeing new opportunities. Entrepreneurship is creating or extracting economic value. You can look this up. But from my experience, I totally disagree with these definitions, because I think these definitions really missed the most important element in entrepreneurship, the most important element. That is called customer. Now, so I featured this talk as Entrepreneurship 101. Now, the number one thing, the most important thing for any business, no matter it's old, new, startup, is customer. You have to think, who are your target customer? Why you choose them? Are they in the correct industry? In Chinese, they're saying 財道. Literal translation is racetrack. Why you pick this particular customer? Which industry they are in? Who are they? Because in any business, no customer means no business. Now, if you do not remember anything I said in this lecture, remember these 4 words, okay? No customer, no business. Okay, can you repeat after me? 1, 2, 3. No customer, no business. Very good. Now, remember this, okay? So when you are going to start your company, think about who is your customer. Now, selecting the customer is probably the most important decision in your company. For example, if we turn back time in the 80s, you go to China and start a manufacturing business, the chance of success is very, very high. Most people make a lot of money by doing manufacturing. If you go into China, property development market, in the year 2000, most people make a huge ton of money. But at the moment, Xiaomi is doing very aggressively in electrical vehicles, whereas Apple had just cut its EV department after investing over $10 billion US. Why? You think about, why is one company still invest aggressively in EV while another company decide to exit? So choosing your racetrack is the most important thing, because there are economic cycles, there are industrial cycles, and you select the wrong racetrack, the wrong industry, your business is most likely to fail. What I'm about to share with you may shock you a bit, but just hear me out. The purpose of business is not to make profit. Now let me repeat. The purpose of business is not to make profit. Now I'm not saying it should not make profit. Business should make profit. Business should generate profit. But you have to think about the cause and effect. Making profit is an effect. Making profits is not the cause. 因果關係. If you aim to make profit, you may lose customers. But if you satisfy your customers in an effective manner, the profit will follow. Do you get it? So remember this relationship. Always aim at your customer satisfaction. It's not only me who say this. I went to Huawei headquarters about half a year ago. There's a big wall in the entrance of Huawei. I took this picture from Huawei. It says, 為客戶服務是華為存在的唯一理由. The customer is the only reason we exist. So Huawei knows this concept really well. And Huawei is making a lot of profit. It's a great company. It is great because it's extremely customer focused. Remember this. You have to be extremely customer focused. So entrepreneurship is not about a great idea. It's not about a great product. It's not about a new service. It's not about your great team of people. It's not about your great technology you just invented. It's not about your strategic partner who will give you a lot of money to fund your project. It's even not about your new business model if this does not satisfy your target customers' needs. So all this do not make commercial sense, do not create commercial value unless it is addressing certain customer needs. Otherwise, it has no commercial value. It may generate academic value. You may publish a paper for it. Or you may generate some very good friendships among your peers. But it does not generate commercial value unless it is targeting for a certain customer. So if I have to choose one single word about entrepreneurship, I would choose customer. Always ask yourself, who are my target customers? Customer, in the narrow sense, is the people who are paying for your product or service. Like if you're going to a supermarket, you're purchasing some food, you pay at the cashier, so you are a customer. But in the broader sense, customer can be your target audience. So at the moment, I'm treating you as my customers. Of course, you're not going to pay me. I'm doing this free of charge. But I'm trying to sell you some ideas. I'm hoping that after the end of the lecture, we'll have some idea exchange. You'll be inspired by me. So in a sense, you are my target audience and you are my customers. If you're working in the NGO, for example, you have service recipients. Very unlikely that they're going to pay you. Maybe the government or some other third party, charity, pays for your service. So your service recipient does not pay you directly. But are they your customers? Of course they are your customers. So customers, in the broader sense, are not only the people who pay you, but including your target audience, your service recipient. So my question is my wife my customer? Now my wife is actually sitting in the front row, supporting me. Is she my customer? I'm sure you all know, all the husband here. Happy wife, happy life. So one of the most important jobs for a husband is to keep his wife happy. Correct? So, if you treat your wife as a customer, you will listen to her. So one day, after we had dinner, my wife told me that, Conrad, I changed my favorite flower from tulip to a flower called Mona Lisa. All right, Mona Lisa. I remember that. And on her birthday, what should I give her? A Mona Lisa, of course. Was she happy? Of course she was very happy. Not only does she receive a flower from me on her birthday, but also I remember what she said. So she's very happy. So she's very satisfied, and I fulfill the duty as a husband. Because I'm a customer-driven mindset. And after 30 years of marriage, I can share something with you. Many of you are probably dating now, not married, but remember this. All the ladies love men who truly listen to them. Am I correct? I have not encountered any single lady who does not want her boyfriend or husband truly, tentatively listen to her. This is the fundamental needs of a female. So for all the young men here, I really advise you to truly listen, learn how to listen. It will give you a great advantage towards your relationship. And this is a true experience that a lot of painful tears from my previous experience before I have this realization. Are my children my customers? Now you think about it, parenting really starts from understanding your children's needs. Now I love this photo. These are three of my lovely children when they were young. They now grew up now. They took a family photo at that time, and the photographer just told them, "Don't relax." When we started, and they all had do this funny face. He took this photograph, and it was the first picture of the whole series. And I love these pictures. It's on my computer screen all the time. Are they my customers? If I treat them my customers, then I would think differently and do things differently. So when they're young, they want to watch this Korean soap opera. What do I do? I sit down and watch with them. We talk about the series, do things together, spend time with them, spend quality time with them. Because after that, the only way I can do this as an understanding father is by spending time with them, understanding what they are doing, their interests and their needs. Now, my eldest daughter, she studies anthropology and archaeology. This is a picture. She was in the Philippines visiting all these indigenous people. She really has a passion about ancient culture. For me as a father, I like to watch this Egyptian history, study ancient civilization, so that I can talk to her. So not easy to become a father. But because we have this common understanding, we share the common topics. So we understand each other much better. My son, he's a different character. He loves martial arts, played the Jiandu war game. He's an engineer by training. So I talk to him about practicing Tai Chi, military history, and I would try to like what he likes. By doing so, we establish a common interest to talk about. Now, my youngest daughter, Ariel, she's a mental health nurse. Now, of course, MU have a great mental health nursing program. So took her to this particular building about a year ago, showed her around our facilities. She was very impressed because when she studied in UK, she said our facility are actually far more advanced than the ones she had in UK. So we talk about mental health nursing, and she cares a lot about parenting. Luckily, MU will also do parenting, so we talk about parenting as well. And recently, she loved this 進擊的巨人, Attack on Titan. How many of you have watched this cartoon? Yeah, it's very popular, right? It's very popular. And she said, "No, Dad, you've got to watch this. It's a really great cartoon." All right. I sat down and watched with her for nearly 2 years. So we have a lot of things to talk about. I think this is a great cartoon. I love this. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to be good at something, you need to understand other people's needs. This is a famous story between Su Dongpo and Fat Yin. This is in the Song dynasty. There's a great scholar, a poet called Su Dongpo, and Fat Yin is a monk. They're good friends, but they like to tease each other. So Dongpo once said, Fat Yin, I see you as a kind of poo-poo. And Fat Yin said, Mr. Su, I see you as a Buddha. You look like a Buddha to me. Oh, so Su Dongpo was very happy. Ha 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 ha, I'm a Buddha. So afterward, Su Dongpo met his sister and told her this story. And her sister told him that, no, brother, you got it all wrong. When your heart is full of Buddha, you see everyone as Buddha. If your heart is full of poo-poo, you see everyone as poo-poo. 心中有佛，人人都是佛. And another real story, and I'm a Roman Catholic, as Saint Mother Teresa, who started this missionary of charity, the home of love, 仁愛之家. How does the story go? On one day, she was in the train station and saw a dying man just laying on the platform. And that man said, I thirst. This is exactly the wording that Jesus Christ said during his crucifixion. So Mother Teresa saw this dying person as Jesus. So she helped him and eventually received this calling. This is what she wanted to do. So when your heart is full of Jesus, you see everyone as Jesus. So for the entrepreneur here, I would like to ask you these questions. If your heart is full of customer, who do you see? What do you see? You see everyone could be your customer. But you have to put down your ego and really listen and understand others' needs. Then your world will be transformed. And your opportunities will become endless. Suddenly you will see the whole world is different because you wear a glasses that see customer, customer, customer. And you listen to them, you listen to their needs, and then you think about how I can fulfill that needs. Then your whole life will be transformed. If I had to choose 2 words about entrepreneurship, I would choose customer needs. Who are your target customers? Which needs do you intend to satisfy? Sometimes these needs will be called pain points or problems. So which pain point are you addressing? Which problem are you going to solve? Now, without these customer needs, you do not have a viable business. However, in the commercial context, customer needs doesn't mean customer wishes or customer wants. They are different things. Wants and wishes, people do not want to pay. Sometimes the customers want a lot of things. They will ask a lot of things, but they may not want to pay you for it. Now, I have an IT company. We talk to a lot of our potential customers. They would demand a lot of functional features. But you ask them, how much are you going to pay for it? They say, no. I want your software to have this function, but I'm not going to pay you more. This is not a need. This is just the wishful thinking. So in the commercial world, you have to distinguish between wishes and needs. And needs is something that they are willing to pay for. So please repeat after me. No customer needs no money. Very good. Okay, remember this. So always think about customer needs, because no customer needs, no money, and it means no business. I'm an engineer. I always think that my design is the best in the world. If you don't appreciate it, it's your loss. And this is what I call a me focus, a me mindset, not a customer focused one. We look at this photo. This is a demo phone developed by BlackBerry quite a few years ago. And extremely difficult to produce because you pack everything, all the electronics, in such a small space. Technically, extremely challenging. But it doesn't matter because it creates no commercial value because the phone is too small for people to use. But the engineer will say, oh, the keyboard's not too small, but the customer fingers are too big. This is not addressing customer needs. About a couple of months ago, I went to Wuhan to have a leisure trip. And I've been to 3 different hotels. And I was in this 7-star hotel, totally naked, having a shower. And I found this shampoo and conditioner and bath gel. I'm 60 years old this month, and I really cannot read the English there. I tried to figure out which is shampoo, which is bath gel. The conditioner is easy, because usually the middle is white. But which is bath gel, which is shampoo? I really cannot read the characters. So I have to guess. And fortunately, I guessed right. So after I took my shower, I took it out and really put on my glasses, try to read it. Number 1 is no Chinese. It's French. It's saying Bulgaria. It's a sense of the smell. As a guest, do I need to know the smells of my shower gel? Probably not. I just need to know if this is a shower gel or this is a shampoo. Now, other hotels have no problem. The characters are big enough, they're Chinese characters. It's easy to find. So, customer focus is not common. A lot of us would do things in a me-focused manner. But if you want to become successful in business, you have to be very customer-focused. When I came back from Wuhan to Hong Kong, I took the high-speed rail, and that was about 2.5 hours journey. So I saw these grapes. I want to buy it. And it's quite expensive, about $60 per box RMB. So I asked that sales lady there, have they been washed? Now she gave me an answer so perfect that I cannot refuse. I immediately took out my WeChat Pay and I scanned for the money. What was I expecting? I was concerned about the hygiene of these grapes, right? So I asked the lady, have they been washed? She said, sir, if you like, I'll wash it again before bringing it over to you. So that's the perfect answer. So I purchased the grapes. She went to the toilet, washed it, and bring it back to me. I ate it very happily. And I'm sure she got some commission out of this. She understood what I need. If she told me it has been washed, I may not purchase it because I want it to be 100% clean. So she gave me a perfect answer. If I had to choose 3 words about entrepreneurship, I will use satisfy customer competencies. I take out the word your. Because if you do not satisfy your customer with your competency, you do not distinguish yourself from your competitor. So you have to satisfy your customer first. So no satisfaction, no return customer. No competency, you're not competitive, and you have no or little profit. Now, let's try again, okay? Now repeat after me. No satisfaction, no return customer. All right, great. Again, no competency, not competitive, no or little profit. So you remember this one. You have to create your competency. So in the commercial world, there are 4 types of competencies. The first one is called operational efficiency, 好省快. Basically, you're competing with quality, pricing, speed, responsiveness. The typical example would be McDonald's serve you fast food, good quality, reasonable price. 順豐物流, 手尾手資. Those type of company are the ones who are competing with price, speed, and responsiveness. And second category is called customer intimacy. So anything related to branding, customer connection or relationship, or customer data, your knowledge, is all called customer intimacy. So the second competency. The third one is easy. It's product leadership. So any innovation, new product design, new technology, like Boston Dynamics, ChatGPT, I'm sure a lot of you are using this. All these are called product leadership. So you have 3 types of competencies. Now in my company, it took me around 20 years to create one of the most comprehensive supply chain for building constructions. So our company is building houses. We have a factory in Guizhou that do a lot of prefabrications, aluminum windows, kitchen bench. We have our own E&M company, our own software IT company, own BIM company. So we created this supply chain, vertical integration, so that we can control our quality, timely delivery, and the cost. And we also invent a lot. Our company pioneered this technology called MIC, Modular Integrated Construction. And we used to play like paying Legos, putting all the components and then ship it to Hong Kong, assemble on site. Now we have to do like boxes. Everything inside the boxes is fully finished. And then we transport these boxes and then assemble in Hong Kong. So we also is a pioneer in this MIC construction. Product leadership, operational efficiency. That's our company aiming for. Now, very often, a lot of my colleagues come to me and say, "Oh, Conrad, I would like to increase my salary." I said, "No problem. I want you to increase your salary too. Can you tell me what competency have you improved?" Because salary has 2 components. One is market trend. If your profession is in great demand, then you're lucky you. Your salary will rise according to the market trend. Another element is your competency. Operational efficiency, how fast you do things, how quality of your work, how good your connection with your customers, how do you know them, do you know them intimately? Do you have any creative idea that improve your product and workflow? If you have improved your competency, your salary should be flat on that. So if you want to earn more, what should you focus? Your salary or your competency? I will advise you to focus on your competency. 因果關係. The competency is the cause. Your salary increase is the effect. So don't mix up this cause and effect equation. Always look for way to improve your competency. If I have to choose 4 words about entrepreneurship, I will use megatrends, change, customer needs. There are a lot of things happening in the world. Usually these megatrends are beyond our control. And these megatrends will affect your customers, their buying behavior, and the needs. This is the thing that really keeps me up at night. So you have to develop this 4th competency, what I call the crystal ball competency, or business instinct. 生意眼. Can you see through the crystal ball? See through the future, how the world is changing, and how these changes will affect your business. If you do not do so, your company, I'm sorry to say, will have no future. So no megatrends, no future. Please repeat after me. No megatrends, no future. So you need to understand your environment. How this environment is changing your startup. How it's going to change your customer needs and buying behavior so that your company will change fast. And you can satisfy your customer even more. It is our job to foresee our future. I give you a few examples. Aging population in Hong Kong. That's definitely happening, right? After the baby boom, we're entering an aging population. We have to integrate with Greater Bay Area. That's a must, right? AI, robotics, I'm sure that is the technology change. Green, carbon reduction. But these are all happening. They are unstoppable. So the Chinese call 勢. You just have to grow with the trends, grow with the flow. These trends are unstoppable. Now, so in my company, as I told you, in 1998, we already started a factory in Shenzhen. And later on, we moved to Guizhou, we purchased a piece of land in 2010, 3 times the size. So that's why we are manufacturing all these building components for our company. Because Hong Kong, we have an aging population, we do not have sufficient workforce. And using this MIC, we can reduce the labor content on site between 50 to 75%. So that's why we developed this technology. AI robotics is a must. So I went to Science Park, put my own money into this new venture. So AI robotics are coming. I have to really invest in advance, a few years in advance, so that to achieve what we achieve right now. And we built one of the greenest hotels in Hong Kong back in 2012. We managed to cut down 60% of the energy. One of the software that we developed is to monitor a building like this one. Every 15 minutes to monitor the cooling load demand, external temperature, external humidity, and through some algorithm, it generates the best combination on how to control the equipment so that we use the minimum amount of energy but provide the same thermal comfort. So this software been developed. Actually, I'm so keen about this. I actually did a PhD on this particular topic. So we're now using big data to this analytic. We're selling this software. It's been sold by over 10 projects. Typically, each project will cost about $1 million plus or minus, and pay back within 2 years' time. So this AI is giving us a huge business opportunity. So with all that said, my definitions of entrepreneurship goes like this. Discover a pain point, which means a customer need, that's not obvious to the others, then convince a team of talents and investors to develop an effective solution in order to capture the target market and part of the commercial value. You always start a business from a customer standpoint. So I'm an engineer. I like to use formula. So entrepreneurship means insight for the market and technology trend, plus a pain point, plus effective solution, plus a team, plus capture the value, and then minus the risk. So entrepreneurship is not a fixed idea. It is a process. It's a mindset. That's why we have committed to MU 50 million entrepreneurship fund. We hope to train our students to develop this mindset. So it's an ongoing process. It's how you look at your life, how you look at the future, and how you can assemble a team of people to chase the dream that you created, and hopefully you can fulfill certain customer needs and then capture part of the economic value. When I was your age, I read this book, one of my favorite books. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by late Stephen Covey. I really recommend this book to all of you. Now, if I have the authority to compulsorily ask all of our students to read one book, I would choose this one. It's talking about 7 habits. Be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first thing first, think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood, synergize, sharpen the saw. Now, I'm not going to go through the book content. I really advise you go to the bookshop to purchase one. You also have a Chinese version called 與成功有約. And to honor him and to share with you, I developed these 7 habits of highly effective entrepreneur. So I'm going to share with you 7 habits I really advise you to start today. Number 1, start saving money as early as possible. Because if someone start a business, you need capital. Even though nowadays you can actually go and seek capital, but you will convince your investor that I have saved this money and I'm going to put down in this venture too. That shows the confidence to your potential investor. And also, more importantly, show them that you have a discipline with money. You have discipline with your own life. This is probably more important. So I really do advise you to start saving. And also, it is very nice to have spare dollar in your pocket. You'll feel better and feel more confident. The second habit is very important. Eat well, sleep well, exercise regularly, have a healthy lifestyle. Because I can guarantee you, if you start your own business, it's extremely, extremely physical demanding. And you will run into many crises. And when you face with a crisis, you need a healthy body to tackle your problem. I have these 2 QR codes. You can download this. I give a talk to RTHK about some of my crises, my really difficult moment in life. The number 1 thing I did is to try to sleep as well as I could, do regular exercise, eat well, so I can have this body strength, a physical strength to tackle my crisis, go through my crisis. So this is extremely important. The third habit is learning how to control emotion. Be emotionally stable, i.e. high EQ. A very low EQ means that you are getting upset very easily. When you're upset, it's more likely that you'll make mistakes. And then it's more difficult for you to listen to your customers. And thirdly, you're always easier to drive people away. So some say that IQ is your lower limit, but EQ is your upper limit. I will really encourage you to control your emotion, be emotionally stable. The fourth habit is learning how to communicate with an aim to discover needs. Communication is an art. I'm still learning myself today. It's something that you really need to learn how to communicate with people so that people like talking to you, like share with you the ideas, and then you can listen to them, see what are their needs, and understand their needs. Is there any market potential? Could I use my talents to fulfill their needs? Many occasions, I talk to people, I discover something that I need to do, and I come back to my company, and we just start a new project, a new technology, and they eventually capture a really huge market for it. No one is that clever to think about everything. It's impossible. So I really encourage you to learn how to listen, learn how to communicate, how to talk to people. Now, this is easy said than done. I have a friend that I have not seen for quite some time. We got each other, and the first thing he said to me, Conrad, what happened to you? You put on a lot of weight. How am I going to respond? I admit that I put a fair bit of weight, but this is not a good conversation starter, right? So you have to learn how to engage in the conversation. This is extremely important. And you need to always learn how to share your vision and passion to others. Otherwise, you cannot attract people to work with you and invest in your dream. The fifth habit is keep promise, be honest, and always demonstrate integrity, which means build trust. Because trust is the foundation for any meaningful relationship. Either you are an entrepreneur or not, you cannot work alone. You need to build team. So please, you have to establish a trustworthy character so people are willing to work with you. And this is the only way to build meaningful relationship. Either it's a business relationship or romantic relationship or a family relationship. And also develop a pleasant, positive attitude. So people would like to talk to you, come to you, and discover that you are trustworthy and people are willing to work with you. And the sixth habit is to immerse yourself with knowledge and practice self-reflection. You have to have an in-depth knowledge in a particular subject matter. When you are starting a business, you should know that business more than anybody else in the planet. People come to pitch me about a product, and within 10 minutes, I found that I know the features of the particular product more than he does. Am I going to buy the product? No. Am I going to invest in this company? No. This is extremely important. You have to know what you are doing. We are all going to make mistakes. So please do not ignore your mistakes and learn from your mistakes. And Chinese we have a saying, 失敗係成功之母. The literal translation is, failure is the mother of success. Then I will ask you, who is the father of success? 成功嘅阿爸係邊個? I will say, reflection. 反省係成功嘅爸爸. Self-reflection, I think, is the father of success. So if after you make a mistake, the last thing you do is to ignore it. You acknowledge your mistake, think about why I made that mistake, and how I'm going to learn from this lesson, and so I can be better in the future. For all my professional career, over 36 years, I only do constructions. I know nothing else. I really focus myself in the construction business. And the first 10 years, when I came back from UK, I worked 6.5 days a week. I really had to immerse myself into all the knowledge that I gained. And I continue to educate myself. I spent 2 years doing part-time MBA degree. I spent 4 years doing a religious study degree, theology, and 8 years a part-time PhD. So total 14 years together, 3 part-time degrees. Hong Kong is a beautiful place because Hong Kong has so many good universities around. And we are so close proximity for any of us to do a part-time degree. Unlike UK or US, all the universities are so far away. It's very difficult to do part-time. In Hong Kong, we have so many great universities. Just in Kowloon itself, we have us, Polytechnic University, and CityU, all with empty outstation nearby. So I know it's maybe too much to ask now. You're still undergraduates. You have not got the first degree and think about the second and third degree. But I really advise you, do not stop at your undergraduate degree. Maybe take a rest a couple of years, save a bit of money, think about what you want to do, and do a second degree or third degree. Because you have to have a lot of knowledge in order to compete nowadays. We used to think that 不進則退. Now it's actually not the case. It's 緩進則退, 不進則亡. Even you are making small progress, you are already far behind. If you do not make no progress, you're going to be dead. So you have to constantly learn, unlearn, and relearn. You have no other choice if you want to be successful. Now, the final habit is to develop this business instinct. So please study, read, observe, discuss with experts, and think. Many great ideas come from history. So do read history. It can make sense of you, how the world is going around, what's happening. You have this history lens, you will see things differently. Read business cases, learn about new technology. If there's some new startup you want to do, if you can identify some potential customers, talk to them, listen to them, learn from them. You are basically what you read. Use your time wisely and talk to some go-sell experts, learn from them. And most importantly, sit down and think. Nowadays, unfortunately, we have too many social media apps on our phones. I find it quite sad, and I think it's really unfortunate that people do not really sit down and think. I really advise you to have this habit. Allocate yourself some time. Just sit there, do nothing, and think about your future. Think about your plan. Think about your life. Have a discipline of solitude is extremely, extremely important. This is my book list. All these 8 books really have a profound influence on me. Highly recommended to any of you. These are some of my favorites YouTubers or TikTokers. Gu Guanfei is an excellent market positioning expert. His story, I think, is really fascinating. Li Haifeng is an AI expert. Li Saimat is an entrepreneur. He's a capital investor and really have a really good worldview. And Jeffrey Sachs is a renowned economist. So use your time wisely. Study things that can help you to learn about this megatrend. What's happening around us. And myself, I love history, especially military history. I love technology, especially military technology. I got inspiration from military strategy and also military technology so I can apply those into my daily work. So with that, I conclude my talk. So before I end, could you repeat these few words for me? Customer needs, competence, megatrends. With all these 4 words, try to get into your head. Always think about those. Keep learning and learn and learn. You are very young. You've got the whole world in front of you. How to make good use of your life, only one person can decide. That's you. Thank you very much.